Why, hello there, fellow Earth Mages. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mind Over Magic Jade Dragon, Episode 32, Rebuilding the Roofline. As you can see on the top of the screen, or on the side of the screen, we're going to continue on the Hermitage and train additional gifted mages. So at the moment, we have 3 mages, and I can only really have 3 mages at a time, given that I have only 1 lightning mage to summon in them. But I did want to make some changes here, and I'll explain why. So the Hermitage here, if we open up the goal, I mean, it's basically all of the requirements. The towered requirements is just a matter of replacing these outside columns, or walls with columns, and then it will be properly towered. And it's waiting on a bell tower. But I wanted to change its design a little bit, because I realized, since I started designing it, that if this library is ever to become an Athenaeum, or however you say it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, Relic Room Athenaeum, the Athenaeum is going to need gargoyles on the roof, and a large roof decoration, and it won't be able to fit a large roof decoration here. So I want to change the form factor of the Hermitage a little bit, so that it can accommodate, you know, an Athenaeum underneath it. So that's what I'm going to be starting off doing. Now, as far as Simply Fig goes, Simply Fig is waiting until his food focuser hits 8, and I think what I'm going to do here is create a new schedule so I don't screw this up. So this is going to be a schedule simply for Simply Fig, where he just eats like all day long, because he just needs food focuser. Essentially, he just needs to not be hungry at any point. So I'm going to give him opportunities to eat like just all the time, and that way the food focuser platinum is fulfilled. All right. We are working towards Bloom the Jade Eggplant. And to that end, this is the bell tower for the Hermitage. I'm going to remove some of the queued up magic, because micro spoiler, but not really much of a spoiler. In order to get the Jade Eggplant, we're going to need the Rock Candy plot, and we are going to need the Jumping Nuts plot. So I need to get both of those researched before we can even consider blooming the Jade Eggplant. But sort of the overarching goal of this specific stream is indeed going to be at least blooming the eggplant, if not doing more. Now, I was going to poll you guys about what kind of mage should be trained as a replacement for Simply Fig, because blooming the eggplant just requires nature dark and a nature dark, and Simply Fig is really not part of that equation. I'm going to see if polling will come back online before I have to query for that question. So, for the Hermitage, I think what I'm going to do is rely a little bit more on ash parchments in order to make the larger bookcases, which is also a requirement of the Athenaeum, which means here in the farm, I'm going to need a lot of smoke reed, because smoke reed is the reagent for that stuff. Am I building above the penthouses? I will be, yes, at some point. I mean, I'm not now, but I have the... Oh, you know, that's another thing, is these could be support columns instead of walls. So we'll get that done too. Game says I can't even path there. Not even with Moxie? Wow, can't reach with spell? Alright, well, I'll do that later then. Not gonna worry about that right now. And then we were also, for the Hermitage, getting the trapdoor vine planters, because the trapdoor vine planters are what is required to make the ignium which is the bell tower material. With that said, any of the trapdoor vines out here in the wild should be killed by me, or harvested, I should say. Thought the hermitage could go at the top. I'm literally building in here. I'm already like 90% done, so I don't think I'm going to revisit that, as it really wouldn't make any sense to tear down a high percentage of my progress. All right. So Simply Fig just needs to eat for 3 more days, and then we'll bring in another mage. If polling does not work, I'm going to decide on the mage. I'm hoping polling is going to work. One of the ideas that I was having is a second fire mage, only because the breath stealers are very tricky to deal with. But if you have 2 fire mages, you hunt them a lot faster. Yes, a ghost that can fly through walls still can't reach here. I think what I could do is demolish it and then build the support structure. No, still no. Oh, you know what it is? Can't reach the bottom of the walls. I think because they were like nested. All right, that problem is gone. That problem is resolved anyway. There we go. Another thing that I've more or less decided is that I think I'm done having low-level relics, which means no matter what students we bring in, I intend for them to be able to create very high-level relics as a result of their time here. And by that I mean making sure that, like, Ice Pick Trotsky and Simply Fig. Simply Fig already has a tier 3 one, but Ice Pick Trotsky also has a tier 3 one as well. Okay, and Phantomus is only 2 lightning away from being able to replace Guitar Lily. So, I wanted to explain one of the reasons why I don't keep my founders. And it's because the founders do not have, unlike, let's say, Phantomus, who has these trials. Founders don't get trials. They just don't. And as a result of their lacking trials, their maximum level is much, much lower. They also were never apprenticed, so their maximum spell level is also lower. And there's nothing you can do about that. You can't go back in time and get them trials or get them to go through the apprenticeship. So as a result, your founders are stunted forever. There's just nothing you can do about that. Because I did have some YouTube comments, a few, and I guess these people didn't particularly understand the game mechanics of how you have to be a good teacher in order to get good faculty. But essentially, you know, once they are hired on the staff, any of their potential is essentially more or less locked in, save for some special circumstances. All right. So we're getting those pillars in so that I can build above without there being walls. And then I wanted to redesign this room a little bit so that it's smaller, to allow for a lot more wall space here. I'm also probably going to have to end up moving the support pillar for this room. So I'm going to move the crystal here, or the lantern rather, the mana lantern, maybe to the back of the room for now. I'm not really sure where it's eventually going to go, but that's going to be an issue, I know for sure. So, I'm still just working on the Hermitage, but I'm trying to make an Hermitage that allows for an Athenium underneath it. That's what's going on now. And that's going to require a little bit of extra effort. So one of the constraining factors of that, and we did just get the bell tower research, which is great, is that I don't have runewood. In order to get runewood, we need to push the fog back, which I need honey drops for. I'm already paused on the honeyed stir fry. So I can plant more of the honey drop planters, which means needing sinew. So, hunting priority is going to be high, not emergency, and we will get the sinew soon. Some other nice quality of life things that I could do is I could put some, like, wall torches in the hallways here just to illuminate things a little bit better so that we can see what's going on in the voids. Because these torches are exposed to rain and they're not part of a room, so the fact that it's a torch won't have negative luxury consequences. It won't really matter all that much. So I'm planning on putting in the large bookshelves once we have access to runewood, and putting at least 2 of them in here to get the scholarly luxury for the hermitage. Simply Fig is 2 days away from Food Focuser, and it does look like my polling is still borked. Ah, yes. Borked polling. That was weird. Why did I make a new bookshelf? I thought I was just enlarging it. Whatever. I'm gonna shrink most of the other bookshelves. So I think I could probably get a large rooftop decoration if I built here, let's say. Which means I need a support pillar in this spot, in the Athenium, and then I can get rid of this support pillar and this section of roof. So it's going to blow apart this building, this room for a minute, but once we put it back together, it will be more functional, which will be nice. I just hope it doesn't rain while we're doing the slight remodel. I've come to kind of appreciate glass roofs so that I don't have to put windows in. So once this section is redesigned, I'll do that as well. Alright. Mana font. Still don't have the honey drop, so I'm going to wait for the fog to encroach one more time, and then I will use ice petals and phoenix fire and that kind of stuff. Those reagents. Which will be a bit cheaper, because I can afford that. There's a wrong wall under the hermitage to be a pillar. Actually, no, I want that to be a wall. Thanks for looking out. I was going to build it like this. So the Athenium has good roofing and glass roofing so that I can illuminate it more easily. And then the Hermitage is here with also roof access as well, so that they both can have roofs and they're roofed with dormants. Maybe even the same decorations. They might both get bell towers. Alright, Fig, you are just a day and a half away from graduation. And you are going to make one hell of a relic once that Food Focuser is done. I cannot wait. Oh, Ice Pick is like attuning to a relic in a room that isn't proper. So what is this missing for it to become at least a library? What am I missing here? I am missing... Oh, right, the shrunk rooftop decorations. No problem. Eventually, those are going to become gargoyles when it becomes an Athenium. The Athenium requires gargoyles and a large rooftop decoration, but don't have to worry about that right now. We have a Spectral Rift. Alright. Let's get... Fig, do you need to fight for some reason? No, not anymore. Okay. So let's get Fig out of that fight configuration. We'll put JD back here. Tarzan and Red Moon. Begin. You're working on a library at the same time? Ah, perfect. For the Ignium, I can also, the Emerald Statue I just found, I can break down, which I'll probably end up doing. You know? Oh no, I'm gonna take this. Easy peasy fight. Those faculty have no issue at all. Is that enough roof? Yeah, it just needs to be a bell tower, right? Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, and then the struggle is going to be... Actually, does the Hermitage... What windows does it require? Book rooms, workshop, all the way to the right, it requires... No, it doesn't care about windows at all. Great! Do the finials count as lightning rods? Yes. Really, every rooftop decoration technically counts as, like, a partial lightning rod. Lightning rods are just better at it. But you can get by without having to use them. The lightning rods. As long as your rooftop decorations don't mind getting slammed by storms. Can different roof types be mixed? I mean, yes, they technically could. The reason I'm using the sort of glass roofing is like a functional one. Nope, another fight. So that window placements are like less of a concern. Alright, I'm going to shrink all of the bookshelves for now, and then eventually put them all back in. They didn't even get a turn. I almost feel bad. They just got moided. Alright, Fig has been doing a really good job food focusing with that, like, weird schedule I gave him. Do I have... No, I need Runewood for more trapdoor vine planters. That's what was the bottleneck there. So in terms of my plants, I have tons of Mandrake root, so I don't need more Mandrake planters. Okay, there's really nothing else for me to plant right now. So I guess I'm good on that front. So I shrunk everything in this room just so that I can like fit things nicer in here. So the visionary rugs are the correct rugs that I would want. But let's go ahead and stick the small visionary rugs in here to fill the voids. And then we're going to put, like, high-density, scholarly stuff in there once we're done. So, I think once the fog encroaches one more time, we'll be able to push it back. And then I'm going to have JD focus very heavily on Runewood, because Runewood is a bit of a bottleneck that we have right now. And if you're wondering if I can plant it, yes, eventually, but the requirements for Runewood Planter is a Hermitage and a level 6 lightning mage. So, oh, and the library's back to being a library. Good. So now you can see this will easily fit some large rooftop decoration without issue. Right, like if I had the ignium. Speaking of the ignium, shrinks, emerald statue. So let's go destroy this emerald statue because this emerald statue is made of ignium, and that will get us a lot further of the way there towards our goal. What would I say is something that is missing? The biggest one would be, and I know that you said that this was going to be added, but terrain traversal speed in the underschool. But there's not much point in saying that out loud right now because it's planned feature, so I already know it's a planned feature. But like that one is a bit of a pain point just because it takes so long to climb down these ladders and you know. But that will change. Apart from that, oh, I don't know. I'd have to think on that. It's hard being put on the spot. I mean, it's one of those games where like it's getting so much better over time that I feel like I don't even really speak up. Like the game will just naturally be better if I wait long enough. So we now can plant rock candy, and I'm gonna put some rock candy planters down. And we are currently researching how to make jumping nuts, which are the two of the last things required for the jade eggplant. One thing to note about the rock candy is it will melt in the rain, so you need to have covered rock candy if you want to prevent it from getting destroyed by rainfall. Pretty easy to do. Yeah, the other thing is like the cost goes up crazy over time and how far out you need for the rare mats. Yeah. I wish there was I don't know. The walking time, the travel time on the overworld is pretty long, and yes, you can put like broom stations down, but given how the fog encroaches and will destroy them inevitably, it's rather expensive to do that because they'll require like pretty regular repairs. I don't. It's a thought. All right, so in terms of scholar luxury that I can put in here, we've got the rugs. I'm waiting on the runewood for the bookshelves and then regular bookshelves. So I'm planning on putting like 2 big bookshelves and then like some small bookshelves. Get this room up to snuff, and then we'll be all set. A flying carpet? Yeah. I mean, they already have brooms, so I don't know. Like maybe equipable brooms. Or just an entirely new novel concept. Like, what if you could tunnel and then build staircases that go up that don't get destroyed by the fog and then allow you to have ways to travel through the tunnels quickly or something? I don't know. Just spitballing. It's not a really fully formed idea. Just throwing it out that it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, following the current mechanics at all. It could be something totally novel, and it would still work. Alright, Simply Fig. You are half it away from Food Focuser. Sweet. Is polling working? Doesn't look like it. I think what I would like to do, whether polling is working or not, is go for another gifted fire mage. Because I think having multiple fire mages is going to make it a lot easier to deal with breath stealers, which become an increasing menace. Same with the fog and, you know, really everything that encroaches that can be killed in transit. So, that's my plan. And Highland Timber, thank you for the resub. Alright, so the fog came in one more time, and now we can push it back with smoke sticks, which I'm nearly out of, phoenix flowers, and ice petals. I'm gonna wait till the morning, so that they all sleep. But that's the plan. And then we'll have JD go on a tree hunt. One fire mage for cooking and one for hunting. It's really... Yeah, I mean, both fire mages for cooking and hunting is just fine. Really what it is if you have breath stealers, and if the breath stealers come in and specifically target Kellyan, then it takes him out of the equation for hunting, which then makes it a lot harder to kill the breath stealers because he hits breath stealers for more than twice as much as anyone else. So if I had multiple fire mages, I mitigate those chances. It's entirely possible for 2 breath stealers then to arrive and target both of my fire mages, but the chances of that are even lower. But at least having a backup would be nice. With that said, they don't even necessarily have to be solely fire. They could be fire... They could do something like Fire Dark Fire. And being Fire Dark Fire would then also help if they had a Dark skill of 4 to make quilted beasts. Or if they have... You know... actually, Fire is the opposite of Dark, so maybe not that. I don't know. Fire Lightning Fire? If they can have a lightning skill of at least 4, they can help to summon in gifted students. That would be another alternative. Because in order to get gifted students, you just need a lightning of 4. So maybe Fire Lightning Fire? That could work. Or Fire Lightning combo. Provided that their lightning skill is high enough. We'll keep it open mind. But something like that is entirely plausible. And could be very helpful. Alright, I think everyone's had their breakfast, so let's push back the fog. Ice Pick. You are just waiting on hitting level 3, so we also need to make you a Dark 2 wand. And Fig just got his food focuser, so he'll be graduated in just a moment here. Oh, speaking of things to hunt, here's a fog. And it's taken over my hospital ward, which is like the least important room in the building when everyone's healthy. And here Kellyan is hitting it like a truck, as you can see. Every time he swings, it's 8 times more than what Moxie does. We have a battle crystal here with ignium. Definitely want to do that, because we need ignium badly. So I'm going to go to that Rancor Crystal for sure. And let's take a look at the other wild... We have 2 Cloudeds, which also could have emerald statues, which would help with the ignium as well. I mean, the ornate rugs aren't bad, but, you know, I would very much like the statues. This gloomy crystal is about to be... Actually, it's not that close to being overtaken by the fog. And then I will queue up Runewood tree chopping as well. So there looks to be a lot more Runewood on the east than the west. JD, you need sleep. So I'm going to force JD to sleep, and then once he's up, I'll set him out to go Runewood chopping. So that we can actually build the things we want. Oh, the problem with setting JD to sleep is then he can't be helping to kill that Rancor Crystal. So maybe I have to use... Well, it depends on the Rancor Crystal's difficulty. So let's take a look. It is really high level scythes, but pretty low level other stuff. So maybe JD doesn't need to attend, although he would be really good at killing the Belcher. So perhaps JD fights the Rancor Crystal fight and then goes to sleep. Although I have 10 hours to fight the Rancor Crystal fight. So maybe I'll send him out to fight the Rancor Crystal fight and then do the rest of the stuff. Cut down the trees after he's rested a little. He's just a little overtired. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, we got it. Wow, we got it with seconds to spare before it took over the room. And that wasn't even an emergency hunt. Which is cool. Okay, I think he's rested enough. So let's go ahead and restore mana. I'm also going to build a mana lantern here. Restore mana, and then go fighting. Actually, that would have happened if we went to the fight. So, battle awaits. Begin. Yeah, that battle dropped a lot of junk. 50 eyeballs. And the like. And I haven't forgotten about Fig. So, Guitar Lilin. Do you want to graduate Fig? And we will get a level 24 relic as a result. So Guitar Lilin's going to take a break from research and graduate Fig away so that we can summon in a Fire Mage. Who are we waiting on? Let's go. There, Guitar Lilin, what kind of relic did we get? It's going to be our highest level relic for sure. So it's Sympafig Swirling Necklace. And it's Air Skill Cap up to level 3. Wow. Ice Pick can attune to it. And that would get his Air skill up to 5 at max level. That's pretty good. I don't think Ice Pick is going to be a student that we keep forever. So I'm not going to... Well, actually... Let's have you start leveling it up, though. Ice Pick, stop your lessons and start your Tumen. What is my Doubt Mage score at the moment? It is, they have drastically improved the debuff by switching to the decaying buff of Mage score. So my Mage score is what? 31,000? And my doubt is maxed, I think. Major doubts, yeah. Is there a downside of having more teachers and students? So the more faculty you add, the higher your mage score and the more difficult the game gets. So if the teachers aren't significantly helping you, then yeah, you're just making the game harder. Left side dead. Right side down to just one scythe. That's how we do. Yeah, let's just Flame Lash. Done. And JD has plenty of mana now. So we got a bolstered pack. Whoa, that gives a lot of HP. Holy moly, 300? That would be really good on Darzan if you can attune to it. So JD, you are going to start chopping these trees. Maybe not the ones right next to the fog, but chop all the other trees. And bolster pack can be attuned to Darzan. Oh my god. Oh, in a slot he doesn't even use? Oh! So, if you're wondering why this is so good, it gives 300 HP, and his tank skill, his tank spell depends. If you take a look at like Earth Armor, adds 30% of max HP as armor. So the more HP he has, the more his armor he gains. And that thing is just dope as hell. He is going to be able to just tank for days. Alright, so Darzan, go attune. Kellyan, you pick up the Gnosis Shards. Red Moon, you pick up the Ignium. And then the mana crystal and the brains will be hauled by haulers. 100 additional armor? I know. That was just madness. Normally I would be like, oh, HP, you know, whatever. Because for all other classes, HP doesn't matter at all. Because they shouldn't be tanking. But for Darzan, well, that's a different matter entirely. We are going to have plenty of runewood. I'm also double-clicking on this runewood and setting its collection of high so that it does not get left out here to get refogged. So with all this lovely runewood, I should have plenty for the large bookshelves now. I do. So we'll put a large bookshelf in here, large bookshelf in here, and then see how much more scholarly luxury we require. With the bell tower that with the emerald statue that I destroyed, I can now afford a bell tower. And we'll put that in there. So the Hermitage is really coming together. It shouldn't be too long until it's until all of the requirements for it have been met. What skills do I need to hatch an egg? So the egg to hatch on the ground, this one, I don't need skills. What I need is this food pops to be done researched. Also, I would like the egg to not be so close to the fog for separate reasons. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to say more than that because we would very quickly get into spoiler territory. And then while I'm out here, I'm also going to harvest some of the fractal mold, provided it stays nighttime. But that was a lot of runewood. So that was a good haul. So, the room goal for this thing is the Hermitage. It needs 19 more Scholar Luxury. And then each of these large bookshelves are 10. So, yeah, I meet the requirement as soon as this is built. We've been done. Alright, Darzan, take a break. I'll go back to tuning later. Also looks like JD needs to attune. And he's a little busy out here. I'm probably only going to go for 2 of these fractal molds. I think the third I'm going to say no. Because I don't think it's likely that I'll be able to harvest it before daybreak. What was this sparkling record? Oh, it's the thing that should be attuned but hasn't been. What about this Eldritch record? Assigned to a relic plinth. Oh, okay. Right, because no one has been able to level it up. Because no one knows how to put it on. Alright, well the amount of runewood I have is pretty comfortable now. Trotsky, we don't have a tier 2 wand for you. So, Dark Wand, we'll get that made in just a minute. I'm gonna let my staff have a little bit of R&R though. They've been busy. Okay, Ice Pick is now the Dancing Queen. Cool. And the Hermitage is coming together. We just need the bell tower primarily. I'm gonna have Moxie deliver the ingredients so that she's potentially not the only assembler. JD's heading to bed. Randomus is almost 1 skill away from being hired as faculty. Let's see if polling is working now. Because I know we got rid of Simply Fig, or graduated him, I should say. So Guitarlin, take a break from research to bring us another Fire Mage. Alright, Trotsky, fully trained. Cool. And that means we need the wand. So I'm going to have Trotsky, whether we're keeping Trotsky or not, have Trotsky get a level 2 wand at the very least, possibly even level 3. We also just got sweetmeats and salad for the first time from the crystal that we're mining, but I'm not having it be something that we regularly eat. New gifted mage, Tori. Tori has S speed, A power, and a base lightning of already +1. Tori is very likely to be kept as the mage that we want. So raffle timer's up, over that way, and good luck with Tori. Knowing that we're potentially keeping Tori, let's go ahead and make a Fire Wand 2 as well. So we have, one of the other advantages is I have 4 Wolfkin. Well, no, Guitarlin's gonna get retired. Never mind. Madsy, thank you for the resub. Perhaps I won't retire Guitarlin, for reasons. Alright, so this room now is just lacking the bell tower, that's it. And then it will become a hermitage. Perfect. Well, you know, Guitarlin, you might win the next mage. You never know. You'll be a founder that we will never forget. That much I can say. So, Ice Pick, let's go ahead and send you to your wand. Oh, did I just get sweetmeat for the... No, never mind. Yeah, you and Matic were the founders with Moxie, sort of. Moxie's a ghost. But still, in my heart, counts. What is sweetmeat, given the name? I forget what goes in it. I haven't unlocked the recipe yet. Sweetmeats is made of rock candy and jumping nuts. Oh no, that's hardtack. Sweetmeats is made of meat and rock candy. Basically, it's just sweet meat. It's not like head cheese or something. Thank you for tuning in to Mind Over Magic Jade Dragon, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 19th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow mages.